Oh, hi there, friends. Let me turn off the music. I like to have music on here. I just got home. I just got home. I was at the hospital since Sunday. I went into atrial fib on Sunday. It started Saturday night during the night. I wasn't doing anything. And all of a sudden, I wasn't breathing. I wasn't breathing all night. I had to breathe on purpose. So Sunday during the day, finally, when it didn't calm down, I called 911. And I just had 4 days of literal vacation at a wonderful hospital. All the staff were perfect. And then they sent me home. Where did I put it? They sent me home. And in the list of instructions, what they said was, stop everything you're doing and start taking these 7 drugs 2 or 3 times a day. No. Stop your detoxing and your vitamins and your herbs and go on drugs. And so I called up the nurse's station and I explained to her why I wasn't going to do that. And I called the doctors back and I explained to them why I'm not going to do that. And what it reminded me of, in 1973, there was a bill passed in Congress that allowed medical care, health care, to become a for-profit business. It was no longer a public service utility. It was now a for-profit business. And so I thought I'd fill you in. I don't know how many of you ever have to employ these medical sorcerers, but back when I was young in the 60s and early 70s, when you went to the ER, they had specialists on call. Whatever specialist you needed would come to and see you in the ER for whatever your specific problem was, and then you became his patient for that problem. All right? Every nurse at every station, every secretary at every station had a directory of all the doctors and their specialties, and they made it their business to refer specific patients to specific doctors who were especially skilled or knowledgeable about a certain kind of problem, so that every secretary knew everything about the office, who was there, who wasn't there, where they were, how they could be reached, what their specialty was, what they could do today, what they had to put off till tomorrow. Every secretary in every medical office ran the office. Not so today, okay? Not so today. Today, the office specialty is I only do my job and I don't know anything else. I can't make an appointment for you. That's for the appointment secretary. And I can't check on a bill for you. That's for the billing secretary. And I can't check on a test for you. That's for the test secretary. And if you want to know why United States medical services are the most bloated and expensive services in the world, it's because of that 1973 legislation that turned a medical care utility into a profiteering bureaucracy full of red tape. All right. Now, I'm not certain how I'm going to deal with this situation, with the doctors telling me that there's nothing I've ever done that is of any value, and I have to stop everything I'm doing to detox and nourish myself. And I have to start eating tasteless meals and taking 7 pills 2 or 3 times a day, regardless of how that affects the biology. I'm not just sure how, when I see the first doctor tomorrow morning at 8:30, I'm going to respond to her concerns. Ta-da. But it, it's not going to be fun. I'm not going to be abusive. I'm not going to be nasty. But I believe that the patient who opts for natural and alternative means of staying healthy has a right to a measure of respect and acknowledgement. So that's where I've been. I had atrial fibrillation on Sunday, and I'm very quiet. The pills, and there was a whole cup of them this morning that I had to take at the hospital that I was given, have turned me into somewhat of a zombie. So I'm not really too happy about that. But I think what I'm going to do is go back and research that 1973 legislation that allowed healthcare to become profits for health or for medical sorcery. Okay, now's a good time for us to look at the costs of these red tape bureaucracies where nobody knows nothing, no how. Yeah, so that's where I'm coming from. Yeah, you can tell Granny's pissed. We'll see you later.